Visual Introduction to Gemara is a visual overview of the history and system of Torah Shebaal with the Gemara at the center. The reader is given a sense of how the Gemara works and how to navigate Gemara.
The book, Talmud Bavli, Lakotn V'Lagodol, is one in a kind. I highly recommend it. It will be a unique inspiration for the student's mind and heart for the study of Gemara.
The beauty of visual introduction to the Gemara is the fact that a person without any background knowledge, even if he's young, even if he's old, is able to open the book and experience for himself, in a very visual sense, exactly what Gemara is all about.
The history of how the Gemara was made is really necessary to understand a lot of the rules and mechanisms of the Gemara and the context of any given sugya topic of learning the Gemara. For example, without knowing the historical background, students will have a hard time appreciating that the Gemara is really a discussion spanning across generations, and a lot of the Gemara system has to do with that.
If you know the rules, you know the regulations, if you know the history and the background, much easier for especially a child to relate to a discussion of a Gemara. When you know the mindset, when you know the way they were thinking, when you know their rules of how the Gemara was formed throughout the generations, a child or even an adult or even a person which already mastered Gemara and knows how to learn it could benefit a lot from all the information through this program.
People need to know, need to go through this book, need to have this next to them, understand the concepts, understand the terminologies, understand the background behind every structure of the Talmud and Halacha and the Masorah, the transmission of the oral Torah from Moshe Rabbeinu till the Gemara, and from the Gemara till the Shulchan Aruch, from Shulchan Aruch till the Achreinim and the modern day halachic authors.
Gemara and Torah Shebaal is at the center of Jewish Torah life and of our Jewish education system. It only makes sense that students should be proficient and know the system well of Torah Shebaal and Gemara in particular.
I have the background. I have a story. I can identify authors, people. I had no idea the difference between Rabbi Akiva and Rabbi Akiva Iger. The Mishnah, Mishnah Torah or Mishnah Brura. I knew nothing about all of that when I was a kid. I just came in front of a black and white page and I had to read and learn and repeat. Today, I'm learning, I'm able to teach in a better way, and I see kids and even adults how they can benefit from something like that.
It's very interesting to see the development of Torah and the stages of what Torah is, and how halachas got to us, and how everything that we have today got to us. But to learn, to see the stages of what halachas are and how they were formed kind of as they are today was something that I really enjoyed and feel like I benefited from this book.
Aside from understanding the system and mechanisms of the Gemara and Torah Shebaal, the visual introduction gives the reader an awareness of the significance of Gemara and Torah Shebaal and an appreciation for why it's so important.
But if we teach them at a young age the importance of what it is that they're doing, it'll, Bez Hashem, instill in a lot of them a connection to learning Gemara and a desire to learn Gemara that they wouldn't have otherwise have had.
Many spend much time studying Gemara and Torah Shebaal, and they wonder though about its significance. The visual introduction is an amazing resource to really be able to give this over to youth in a unique way, and for adults as well.
I think this is a must. I believe this is a necessity in every home, in every school, and even in every yeshiva at least young age, or for adults who begin learning Gemara, which is becoming more and more trendy these days, Baruch Hashem. This book is unique and amazing. I finally found what I wanted, what I needed to have as a young student, as a bocher, and as I started learning with people, and now as a parent to teach my son. It's the first time that I have Gemara, I have Talmud in colors.
when you read the book and you understand what Gemara is, what it is that you're learning, and why it is that you're learning it, and the importance of learning the Gemara, then people will be learning it. People will also be learning it because it's just something that they like to do. It's what they want to do. They enjoy learning Gemara. They want to sit down and open a Gemara even in their free time.
After I learned an entire piece of Gemara, it's not like, oh, you could just understand it even if it's in English. It's not that. It's just that there's the fundamentals of Gemara, and I'm not learning how to learn. Because in 10 years from now, I won't know how to learn this Gemara if I don't, step up my game, and I can't. I don't know, I just didn't understand it. Yes, I could hear the case, and then after I'm done with the case, I'll just forget it, because, why would a case that's so random have anything to do with me? But it took me a while, and then there was this Gemara that came out, Visual Introduction to Gemara, and I've been learning it, and I feel like since I've been learning this Gemara, I actually understand Gemara.
The concepts and rules that are in the book come with live examples. Effort was made to use examples that are typical for children to learn in school and concepts that people live with. The visual introduction to Gemara is made up of 2 sections, an illustrated story showing the sequencing of how the Gemara was created, and a photo essay with more detailed discussion on parts of the story. The information is well organized into chapters with questions at the end. For children reading this at home, the information is very interesting, but for teachers in the classroom, every page is the basis for a great discussion, and the book as a whole is something that can be continuously referenced throughout the years at yeshiva and beyond.